What's up everyone, and welcome to today's video. So today I've got a project to share with you guys, one that hasn't launched yet. It's going to be launched in a few hours. So today we are the 12th of April, and at 6 p.m. UTC this project is going to launch. It's called Spooked. So it's similar to a couple of other videos I've done on these miners. So basically how these tokens work is that you're going to deposit this is going to be on the Fantom blockchain, so you're going to deposit some Fantom onto the smart contract, and then this is going to pay you out 8% interest every single day. And then you've got a choice here, then you can either compound that or you can harvest it. Now, these guys have got a function, a system written into the contract, so that the more that you claim your tokens, the less APY that you're actually going to get. So if you were to harvest your tokens just once per week, then your APY will rest at 8% per day. But if you then start to claim your tokens more often than that, twice, 3, 4 times a week, then you will notice that the APY will start to go down. So what this does is it forces people to follow this pattern, and then because everybody's forced to compound 6 times per week, well, not forced to, but everyone is advised to compound 6 times per week. Basically, it keeps the project sustaining itself, and obviously have the new investors coming in, helping the project sustain itself as well, and that's how it can continue paying out 8% per day. So we've seen examples, Baked Beans being like the first one that kind of started the hype of these minor protocols. Now, so a little bit more into detail on this one. This one's Spooked. It's going to be launched on the Fantom blockchain, one of the first ones we're doing that. And I like this one. I want to share it with you guys. One, because it's not launched yet, and two, because I do see it picking up quite a lot of hype on their Telegram chat, on the Telegram group, which is currently just been botted. So it's hard to tell you how many members are actually in there. I'd probably estimate it to be around 1,000 or 2,000. The rest look like the bots at the minute. They just had a bot attack and they're trying to clean up the Telegram group. But yeah, so it's going to be launching very, very soon. Probably within the next couple of hours. That's why I wanted to get out to you guys now. Now, a couple of you guys have been asking questions like, oh well, why is it so important that we get into these projects early if it still just doesn't matter as long as it's going to pay out 8% of whatever you put in. And yeah, well, obviously it's going to pay, whether you ape now or whether you enter in a couple of weeks time, it's still going to pay out 8% of whatever you deposit in there. But the important thing, with any sort of protocol in crypto about getting in early, is that you just never know how long something's going to last. Anybody who's been in crypto for a decent amount of time knows that pretty much nothing lasts forever. Maybe the biggest blue chip stocks in crypto, they've been there a long time, they're probably going to still be there a long time, but even those pump and dump again and dump again. So yeah, that's the thing with crypto, is you've got to live by, is that tomorrow is never promised with a project. Anything can die at any point, and this hype is going around with these miners. Baked Beans, people are making a lot of money at the minute, but you never know how long that's going to last. So I think it's always important to get in projects early, to make sure you make your return on investment, and then anything else then is just a bonus. And so that's pretty much it really for this one. It'll go into a little bit more detail about the tokenomics, because they have actually got some interesting stuff here that's a little bit different. So they're using a referral link, which is the same as others. So if you refer a friend, then you're going to get a percentage of their Fantom that they deposited, which is pretty normal. And it helps, because everybody's trying to share the referral link everywhere for people to buy with their referral link. And then you can say, oh yeah, it's Ponzi, but everything in crypto is Ponzi, to a certain extent. And what this referral link stuff does, it forces people to try and find new investors, and therefore it's another way of sustaining the project for the long term. Yeah, so they're going to give 2% fees, going to be the lowest of any miner. Just a 1% dev fee, and the 1% goes to a VUG insurance to free VUG. So yes, that's something that I saw in the Telegram group and I thought it was pretty cool. So they got 1% fee here, and so projects that have been rugged recently, like they were saying was paying a certain amount to the guys that entered Golden Goose, which was a drip fork which came out recently, and it wasn't a rug pull as such, but basically the team launched the token, and the token did like 10x straight away from launch, and there was nothing malicious in the content. People were able to sell. A lot of people did, because that's the problem. It pumped like over 10x, and people took profits, came down, but then all of a sudden the team just kind of disappeared, kind of left the Telegram group open, and everybody FUD started, and the team never came back, and then the next day the project dumped right down, and the next day they muted the Telegram chat just to say that there was kind of nothing that could be done to revive the project, and that they needed to take some time away from crypto. So to me, when a team acts like that, when they launch a token and they're not even there for the first 24 hours of a project, it seems to me that it was probably planned, and that they probably just planned to launch the token, all the money that was supposed to go into market or whatever they've kept for themselves, and then they just so it's kind of like they've not done a rug pull, but it's still kind of an exit scam, pretty much. And so these guys are offering at least something for the people who are a victim of these type of projects, which I thought was pretty good as well. And so they talk about the strategy here. They recommend to ensure that max reward stays 8%, you want to compound 6 times a day, and then half is just once. And yes, that's how these projects work. I'm looking forward to this one, definitely. It's always good to be one of the first ones in there, and out of all the different forks that I see popping up right now, I definitely do see this one as having a bit of hype behind it. If you just go into the Telegram and check the pin messages, they must have like 20 or 30 YouTubers already making videos about it, and it's always a positive thing. And anyway, so yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening as always, and until next time, bye.